So if you follow me on Instagram, there's basically two mantras that I live by. I've got one of them tattooed across my knuckles. It says Live 4TGG. It stands for Live for the Greater Good. I'm actually doing a short film that encompasses that whole philosophy. The second one that I live by, well, it's a little bit more simple. It's basically a goal every day that I get out of bed. So you might be asking, what is it that I mumble to myself every day that my feet hit the floor?
I know you wanna go to the city, so let's run away now. When the night comes, I'll find my way back home. Where do we go now? We're going nowhere. We're gonna miss the sky. We're gonna find ourselves in the end.
So, what are the three simple words that I tell myself every day that my feet hit the ground in the morning? It's pretty simple, really. Do epic shit. That's what I'm trying to do each and every day. Get out there, leave my mark on the world. And I plan on doing that through videography and photography. So every day I get up, I remind myself that I have to do something that's epic. Not just run-of-the-mill, not just average, not mediocre. Something that sends it to the next level. That's my goal every day that I get up. Do I meet that goal every single day? No, not every, but more times than not, I'm gonna make sure that I do. I ask you, what are you doing every day that is more than mundane, that is simply epic? Maybe I should back up a little bit. Explain to you how this saying got so important to me. A little over a year ago, me and my best friend, we went into downtown Tulsa to film an intro for a web series that we were doing, which we're about to bring back, by the way. And while down there, we went into a local bar, just to belly up to the bar and chew the fat with the bartender and a couple other patrons in there. Once I sat down at the bar, I started scanning the back bar just to check out what was back there. I mean, there's all kinds of chaos. Kind of the cool chaos, though. I mean, there was stickers all over the mirror, there's glassware, bottles of liquor, and my eye just started looking for a cool picture to take. Right in the center of all this craziness, there was this name placard, but it was like circa 1974 name placard. Kind of had this faux wood grain to it. And instead of a name, it said just one simple phrase: do epic shit. That stuck with me. I snapped the picture, and then I couldn't get away from it. I kept going back to it like it was speaking to me. So I ran the picture through Lightroom, I kind of edited it, did a little this and that to it, and then I just kept it close by. I kept it on my phone. I would look at it every single day. And then I started breaking it down what those three simple words really mean. I end up in conversations with people on the regular, probably based on what I post on Instagram Monday through Friday mornings, and we end up talking about goals. And it surprises me how many people have goals that are super obtainable. Which, I mean, if that's your gig, more power to you. Make goals that are obtainable. It gives a lot of people a huge sense of accomplishment. But if you're not pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, you're not really growing. When I make my goals, I don't make them small, I make them huge, I make them big, I make them grand. I mean, I don't want to be mediocre at something. I don't want to be average at something. I don't want to take a bunch of pictures that are pretty good. I don't want to get up and put a video together that's all right. I don't want to be one of those people that make all of my goals very obtainable. So when I make goals, yeah, sure, I have smaller, stepping stones to get to the big one, but I make sure that the end game is something huge. You have to do something every day that is far better than you did the day before. You have to do something every day that most people can look at and say, I wish I could do it that well. I mean, the one thing that I definitely want to stay away from in my life are doing things that are average. Average is not acceptable to me. I think the one reason that people don't really set their sights really, really high boils down to one thing, and that is fear. All fear is an unpleasant feeling by something that you perceive to be dangerous. It's an unpleasant feeling. Because when you get down to it, there's one thing that is true. Fear is a lie. Although, you know what's not a lie? And more times than not, totally epic? Tacos.
Caught by a feeling, goes beyond the right or wrong, gets me what I want. I'm hanging by a string, gotta get up on my feet, get to what I need, and I am flying through the streets on neon.
I made the statement earlier in this episode that I see a lot of people that have goals that are very obtainable. I don't want that to be taken the wrong way. I think there's something to be said for making goals that you can obtain. I just don't think they should be super easy. A goal should push you beyond what you're comfortable with. It shouldn't be something that you can do without any effort. That being said, I see a lot of people that make these goals that they're gonna obtain them without even trying. If you obtain it without even trying, you're not growing. And that's what we're all trying to do in life. We're trying to push ourselves past those boundaries and grow as people. Maybe it's not something to put on social media platforms. In fact, it shouldn't be. They should be things that make you grow as a person for you, for yourself. And that way the people that are around you, your team, your family, your tribe, your crew, they're gonna benefit from that. I guess the easiest way to sum this up is in a quote from a Nobel Peace Prize winner named Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Part of this quote has been posted and printed and talked about and told from one person to another. Part of the quote is very, very familiar to a lot of us. But there's another half of it, the front half, that's equally as important to this quote. The entire quote reads, "The size of your dreams must always exceed your capacity to achieve them. If your dreams don't scare you, then they are not big enough." With that being said, guys, this is the end of this episode. You guys get out there, kick the day in the ass, and leave your mark on the world. Shiner out.